Hey, firm, ready for briefing. You're good over here.
Roger. So if you were to open your map, you're going to find 3 different types of markers. The first is a dotted red circle, the second are 3 objective markers, and the third is a warning marker. Here is what you need to know. The 3 objective markers represent 3 times HVTs. They are captive and they are able to be movable. The whole purpose of today is the team that gets at least 2 of the 3 HVTs back to their base outside of the circle wins. Now, other things to mention, the warning marker represents a Russian military base that will be used to send QRF to the objective AO. The dotted red line represents a safe zone. All combat between PMC troops and helicopters may only happen within this dotted line, excluding helicopter-on-helicopter engagement and engaging drones. Any questions?
Blue 4 is pretty solid.
Alright. Green 4,
User
any
left your
questions?
channel.
Roger, I will give you 12 more minutes to plan, so the time for me is currently 3:33 p.m. At 3:45 p.m. you are permitted to leave your spawn bases and start assaulting this AO. The time limit we're going to say is about 2 hours, and may the best team win. Reminder, 1 life only except for pilots, and you've both been given the equal amounts of both ground and air vehicles to assault this AO. Alright. I'm excited, man. This is some new shit. I've yet to see or hear of somebody else doing these types of operations before. So I'll get to chat in a second. I just gotta hide my sorry ass before that gets sniped. And let me break down what we've got right here. So we've got Team 1 already deploying their drones. Got a shit ton of bandages around here, but they're the independent faction. Looks like one of them's even bringing dedicated AA. Very smart. But this is one PMC we have operating in the sector. The other PMC, which they've actually opted to go US camo, I guess, for the white. They're also organizing, though I don't see any drones being deployed, so independent already have a huge advantage, but this is full-on PvP, 1 life only, basic medical system, set to veteran, so it's first-person locked, and we'll see how it plays. I mean, last week where the idea kind of came to me through inspiration of seeing, you know, a faction splinter off to do the op themselves, we'll see in a refined status how this op will do. So all you really need to know is there's Russians here. I've tried to balance the amount of units per side, at least towards the armored vehicle. All 3 of the hostages are copies of Chad with light vehicles. The center one in between both teams, they have a actual, you know, MRAP style with both an AGS and 50, but the AI only uses the 50 or 12.7 or 7.62. It's a PKM, I believe. And then he is in that building. And then the reinforcement base, we've got, you know, a tank, we've got loaded BMDs, BTRs, trooper transport trucks, helicopters on standby, CAS on standby in case shit really hits the fan. And I'm going to be at the center of the AO, just chilling, hanging out. So, let me get back to chat. No fucking goats. Here's the price point. Here's the price point. For every $5 you give me, a $5 minimum for 1 squad of goats. How about that? And then as it gets exponentially bigger, I will decide how many goat squads of Spetsna goats we shall deploy to the AO.
User left your channel.
Because you people really got under my skin last night with that. That's alright. In terms of unit deployment, I tried to keep the amount of squads even, but as you can see, just with this AO, it's a bit tough to do that. But, you know, we'll just have to see how everything goes. And I increased the AO distance here just due to these fucking mountains. But we'll just have to see how this all plays out. And AO by AO, it's hard to get an exact perfect balance from me deploying an AO, but then again, if you've been with me since our first Zeus v Zeus, you'd also know that the balance is never possible because the players' skills are so much different. Like if Nafs is on one team, I'd say that team has a much higher success because Nafs is just, you know, one of those wasteland, king of the hill players that knows what the fuck they're doing. But we'll just have to see how everything goes and, you know, go from here. I didn't want to make a multi-Twitch for this one. More so, just, I don't know, for like a PvP perspective, or PMC PvP, excuse me, just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want people coming onto my Twitch, I don't want people going to others' Twitches, etc. But if you're a fan, feel free, Tootie, feel free to make one. It's just I didn't gather any Twitches, because if someone were to have a multi-watch of that, they could be watching, you know, an enemy's perspective, a friendly's perspective, and then my perspective at the same time. And for PvP style stuff, especially when it's streamed, I get very nervous about that type of stuff. Because, you know, stream sniping, okay, cool, you can see AI, but, you know, there's no... The only real takeaway from other people is, you know, you have an unfair advantage of knowing where AI are, but it's not like you're actually killing other players and ruining their fun. You know what I mean? It just... Yeah... It's an interesting topic with me. Chad, there are 3 different Chads. Each are being held at 3 different objective markers. Whoever secures 2 Chads first and gets them out of the AO wins. Here's the thing. I've got more of a distance given here for the Blue 4 side with this road. However, Op 4, you know, they have a bit of a... Or not Op 4, but Independent, they have a bit of a windier road, but they've got less of a distance to go. But, you know, balance on these is very, very difficult. The original AO was right here, but then I scrapped it, because clearly Blue 4 has a land advantage, while Independent would have to, like, swim it or something. These balancings will be difficult, but, you know, we'll have to go with what we got. So Independent already have drones way fucking high. It's not even a drone wee-woo, that was just the line the drone was going, which they're still going in. Blue 4 are deploying their drones. Got them on the ground. This is your Zeus commander to both factions. You are free to leave the base in promptly 5 minutes. I repeat, 5 minutes. And I'm not going to be able to listen to their comms because...
Just quick question. What's enemy composition actually guarding HVTs? Do we know that?
Enemy composition guarding HVTs is Russian forces, mainly infantry, possibly a few gazes. Reinforcements from the Russians can consist of attack choppers, transport choppers, BTRs, BMPs, transport trucks, and even a jet if you piss them off enough.
So things we don't want, but they're not going to come attack us unless we fuck with each other outside of circle, yes?
The Russians are only going to send reinforcements in a logical manner. If you both engage, if the PMCs engage each other outside of the AO but the gunshots are audible, they'll send a small team to check it out. But if you directly engage the Russians, they'll start sending bigger and bigger reinforcements. It serves as a balancing timer. Basically, if they hit one of the small AOs, Russians are going to respond by sending like a transport or something. Just how it is. If, you know, if the PMCs engage each other right here and I can hear the gunshots from like a guy over here, then we're probably going to send like an MI8. I'll spawn an MI24, probably unarmed. And we'll just go check out what the fuck is going on. But some of these puppies you probably don't want to piss off. But that's just me. I mean, if you're suicidal, by all means, go ahead, because I get to break out all the fun assets with these missions. Because you're not supposed to be worrying about me so much. You're supposed to be worrying about how quickly the other team is deploying their units. So they'll begin in 4 minutes. I guess, yeah, this should be called Operation Chad Defense, or Capture the Chad. Capture the Chad.
Welcome to the Zeus interface. This button here
I
drops
cracked
mortars.
myself
You
up.
can drop it on the player base. You're gonna want to use it a lot, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
you
hashtag capture
can't.
the chads. Young Assassin, welcome to the Zeus interface. We've got PMP today. I'm excited, because also, when we finish this up, I get to go get Korean barbecue. Might put a picture of it on Twitter. There's a lot of Korean barbecue places where I'm at. All very good, too. I love it. So Astrius is filling in for a medic on Blue 4. Let me do a head count of how many medics I see just roaming around. Actually, we can just do this. So, one medic and then Astrius just joined. So they've got 2 medics. Going to the independent side, we've got Dr. Hax as a medic. Andrew as a field medic. Eander as a field medic. Rube as a medic. So already I would say there is a clear advantage to independent, because first off, they have their drones in the AO. They're gathering data. And number 2 is they've got 4 medics compared to the Blue Force 2, and we have a basic medical system, so it's easier to get people up. But however they assign their own roles and stuff, that's up to them. I don't limit them on that, because both sides, the spawn areas up here, and both sides have the exact same amount and classes of units. Like, both have 5 reserve engineers, both have 2 reserve medics, in addition to the medics in their squads, both have an in-house sniper, both have 4 pilots in each role. It depends on what they want to use. It's just, when the pilots run out of air vehicles, then they're essentially done, but that's kept even. Now let me see, Frost is piloting for independent. He's okay for a pilot, and then Blue 4... trying to see who they have as a pilot. Helicopter pilot Hop. Yeah, so they're both mid-ranged pilots, I would say. They're not horrible. They're not John 5 level. They're in the middle. So I would say the team, if John 5 were playing tonight, the team with John 5 would have a very distinct advantage, because, by God, he's a mix. He's a good pilot, and he's also very lucky. That's what makes him a great pilot. It's just, he's a good pilot overall, but his luck is absolutely incredible sometimes. Just because he trusts his bird. And that's why it's just breathtaking to see him fly. But in terms of numbers, let's do a head count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 on one side... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Welcome
13,
to the
14,
Zeus interface.
16
This
on the other.
button
So
here
independent
drops
have a
mortars,
one-person
and you can
advantage
drop it
as
on
well.
the
So
player base.
right now,
You're gonna
if you were to
wanna
put
use
money
it a lot,
down,
but
I'd put it on
unfortunately,
independent.
you can't.
I'm waiting for that 45-minute marker. Little me. Love that name. Welcome to the Zeus interface, my friend. Alright, I'm waiting for it. Yeah, Nafs is also... Nafs is just a good player. He's an advantage piece, I would say. Oh yeah, regardless of what happens, I can guarantee you that the player base is gonna die. This is high command to both PMCs. Mission is a go. Good luck, have fun, and don't break the rules.
We'll try not to.
So they're all loading up. Interesting. So Ambiguous, who is the squad, he's the commander, he's going to fly the Huron in base, and Frost is going to accompany with the Pawnee. Meanwhile, Blue 4 right here, they're going in with the 2 MRAPs, and Hob is going to get in the Pawnee. So there's one more thing I need to do. I need to set up some fucking static AA in the base in case one of them tries to get ambitious. I don't want to use Tungustas, I'll use some frickin' Urals.
Готов действовать.
Static Urals, those are always nice.
Готов действовать.
But if they're not careful, the frickin'... And we'll also put down... Because Tungustas have a freakishly OP engagement range.
Жду.
So I just want to be clear here, this is not a base to engage. And if they try, well... then I might... Here.
Жду.
I'll cut her fuel, and I'll cut her ammo. And I'll put her in this hanger. That way, if they decide to be really stupid, I'll just fuel her, ammo her, and let her take care of business. Because the whole purpose of this op is not to engage the Russian reinforcement base. No, no, no. That would be a really stupid idea. So, looking at things right now, Frost actually decided to get in the Ghost Hawk. He's spinning up in mid-air. What the fuck? Okay. Well, that's how you spin up helicopters in midair, boys. You just use your Peter Pan magic. Sniper Wolf, who I believe is the leader of Blue 4, is losing connection. That... Jeez. Blue 4 is not having a good day. So Ambiguous is trying to find an LZ outside of the spawn zone here. Best place to drop units. They've got 2 drones circulating. But right now, it looks like both teams are pretty much neck and neck here on where they can and cannot deploy. Frost is the first to enter the AO. I do not know what he's planning on, but I believe he's the only one. No, he's got Barty Lord as a gunner for that chopper. Interesting. So they're going to be able to provide local fire support. And they're just kind of probing this AO right now. Russians can hear helicopters, but we always hear helicopters. So right now they're, I think, marauding around for the enemy's insertion. The question, though, is do these guys have AA with them? Because if they're going in by land, yeah, there goes Sniper Wolf, so I hope Blue 4 have a plan in case he DCs. It looks like nobody... They're now probably reformulating their plan, but that's going to give Independent a lot of time. Alright, so Ambiguous has landed this chopper.
High Command, this is Green 4.
This is High Command, send traffic. Are you for real?
Be advised, do you want us to hold while Blue 4 gets their shit together?
Negative, they're still going.
Copy that.
Well, our first casualty of the night is technically Makarov and Barty. Wow. Yeah. I'm at a loss for words here. They're done. There weren't pilot slots, so... Well, so Independent... Oh, how the tables turn. That was a really bad random upset. Nothing would have shut them down. Then you shouldn't be a pilot if you desync, because then every pilot that crash lands can claim desync. I can't balance it. You know, it sucks, but I can't balance it because someone claims desync. Even if it's true, that's just how it goes. Yeah, I know, desync is the most common excuse too, so... You know, if you desync, you shouldn't fly. It's easy as that. I've already said this was one life. I've told them in the coming weeks, this would be one life. I mean, I'm sorry, but if I see them go into the AO, I'm just going to double-click and kill them off, because they're not allowed to. And if you don't like it, then don't play. But Actually, the better fix would be to get a pilot that doesn't desync. Allegedly. Frames and desync, yeah, they're always the excuse. Yet we have amazing pilots like John 5, so... what can you do? I don't know. This is just a test run with the one life only rule. If it doesn't fit, then,
User joined
you
your
know,
channel.
I'll allow for reinserts. But, you know, maybe just with limited assets. But this week, I'm focusing on the one life rule because I want feedback on it because this is a brand new mission file. I want to hear their opinion. But I think if, you know, pilots are just going to claim desync and blah, 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 I think we'll just play it till they run out of assets because the AO walking distance, you know. Balancing for these is a pain in the ass. We'll take it to a vote in the end. Just, I don't mean to be, you know, an asshole about it. It's just how it is. But that has given Blue 4 the advantage now. They've got 2 vehicles. I was expecting them to trail behind a bit with these choppers landing. But in terms of the distance between their groups, Blue 4 are very, very close to the objective, while Independent, now with no chopper support from that Ghost Hawk, they're kind of screwed here. Blue 4 could easily swoop in, grab 2, and then go back, and it's just going to cost them. So I would say Independent really need to double time it just to get to the objective that's closer to them, but yeah. Right now, I hope you didn't follow my betting advice and go Independent, because they just kind of screwed themselves. Also, it is important to note that the explosion was pretty far. If it was closer, like within about a kilometer, I would have sent a chopper to go check it out, but it's a bit too far for me to do that. But now the build-up. So here's what I think is going to happen here. They've got 2 teams on the northern southern sides of the road. They're clearly going for this area first, right where this first chat is. They should know about the multitude of units they have right here. But another issue is we've got this patrol coming in, which could potentially intercept or at least act as QRF. But these guys are probably going to secure this area within the next 10 minutes and be able to move 1 Chad out of the AO. Why is there a random dot right there? Oh, that's... the hell is Andrew putting that in frickin' global
User
for?
joined your
I don't even
channel.
remember what team he's on, but maybe to throw people off? I don't know. But Independent, they've got at least triple the distance to go to their first objective, and that's only if they beeline it. But I think we're going to see engagement here, probably in this area the most. And with these 2 objectives being taken, that also means QRF are going to start being able to reinforce this position and then deploying their troops both southwest and southeast. So yeah, they have to sit it out, because unfortunately that's how it plays. If they wanted to do that role properly, then they should have just picked the pilot slot. You looked desynced for a second. I thought we just lost the server. Otherwise, so at this distance, the patrol is probably going to be about right here when they set up to engage. But what's really bugging me here is this patrol. If they're not careful, it can easily come over the mountaintop right here and cause them to break first contact. This other team is acting as if a Overwatch team. The question is, will they be able to see that 8-man patrol moving? Who do I think is going to win? Who do I think is going to take it home? Right now, I'd have to put the money on Blue 4 because they're just further into the AO, but anything's possible. I mean, from how everything started, it looked like Independent would have the clear advantage. And then their pilot just plowed the chopper into the ground. That was meant to be a harassing force for Blue 4, but they fucked it up. So, anything's possible. Anything at all. We'll just have to see how it plays out. This team's now moving back. And now this team is also in view. And there are shots. So these guys started engaging these guys. I think they were spotted through the trees.
User left your channel.
Ясно, приступаем.
So reacting accordingly. Need to take the one troop transport I designated for Blue 4.
Ясно,
Gonna try to
приступаем.
have him
User
come
left
down
your
right
channel.
there. That truck is now on the move. This is gonna give Independent some time to maneuver into position.
User joined your channel.
So this entire team has been taken out. We still have this team up here. No casualties so far. Now these guys are in the forest. Suppressing back and forth. Griff is still on standby. Otherwise, Blue 4 are moving in. Now, where is my other large roaming patrol? I actually don't... Oh, here they are. So I'm thinking these guys are probably going to come over to be called in as reinforcements.
User left your channel.
Because they can definitely hear those shots. And now we're starting to see some casualties mounted. Doc's popping smoke, but he's also been hit.
Hey Zeus, this is Blue 4 Command. You're cool with me getting reinserted from Internet Dead?
Roger, you are from Internet Dead. You are clear to reinsert.
Copy.
Alright, so it's because they're more in the tree line. They've already 4 casualties now, but both medics are still up, and they can still do things. Wise Independent are definitely double timing it from looks. They're sending 2 people. The rest of them are consolidating, but they can hear those gunshots all the way from here. Now we have some guys. Pretty much most of them have been taken out. Hob is being brought in, possibly to do local fire support. This other team's coming in. It's left this area wide open for Independent to push in. Where's my reinforcement truck? They are halfway here. Hob's circling around, possibly dropping down Sniper Wolf. Frost is also on standby. He's trying to go in between them and the other base. He's looking for him. It's evil.
User joined your channel.
Don't do the dick thing. If he just airstrikes the base... Alright. Just keep it balanced, bro. Just keep it balanced. Sniper Wolf has been deployed. Hob is falling back to base. Meanwhile, these guys have pushed back, left a few guys behind. Medic's not working on him. There's also a reason I've given entrenching tools
User left
to
your
every
channel.
player. So that, you know, when this shit happens, they can just dig up a trench if they need to. But now we're having... Interesting. So it looks like half of them are going for this objective, and the other half are going for Blue 4.
Так точно.
So this should be a bit tough in how we're going to see things play out. Because yes, you can eliminate your opponent's faction, but you can also... then you have the Russians to worry about. Still have 3 guys right here. 2 medics right here, Doc and Astrius. And Nicholas Noah. So Blue 4 actually has 3 medics now, but Independent still have 4 medics. So they're dividing. 5 units are gonna go and take it, and then the force with 3 fucking medics with him, Biggie Smalls, is gonna come in and deal with that. We'll see how this plays out. Because we still have these 3 guys that are engaging back and forth. Griff's coming in. It's also important to note those 2 Pawnees are still out and about. I mean, Frost is on standby right close to Hob. I wonder if Hob can see that guy. I can see him.
User joined your channel.
Looks like Frost is now coming in possibly to do a gun run. The Independent are still not in position. So now these forces are going to get out. I'm going to bring in the 2nd transport truck.
Так точно.
Bring it up here. Right now, more or less, these guys are getting hit. Still have 2 people being left behind. I think these guys are going to get in Griff's car. They might try to beeline it. And General Mox goes down, which means Kerbal is not that far behind. And the Independent forces are pretty close by. Yeah, there goes Kerbal. Alright, both sides have suffered 2 casualties on each side. That was repetitive of me. Hob is now flying the drone. He sees that there's more Russians en route. And the drone got shot down! Shit, that's not good for Blue 4. They're now blind. Independent still have their drones up. Blue 4 still has 1 more drone up. That's good. Looks like these guys might push south.
Выдвигаюсь на позицию. Ясно,
So I'm
приступаем.
gonna have this Vic drive up. Noting Independent are pretty close by. Sniper Wolf's right here. He's reloading. Get him, man. Easy.
Ясно, приступаем.
So now we're gonna have him fall back. So this QRF squad's ready. I'll probably
User left your
ungarrison
channel.
this squad and move that squad up when these guys start taking contact, but otherwise they're setting up, ready to go. Independent are also going prone. They might notice that. Ah, these guys are firing, so there's another force in the way. Oh, shit. Deadwalker goes down. These guys are up on this hill, but they're actually in a really good flanking spot to this team. I don't know if the drone spotted them, but they might be setting up to ambush the Independent faction. And they're looking towards the right. I think they both know where each other are at this point. But this is an incredibly good vantage point. Still have a few units around, but this seems to be where the main AO is. Looking here, these 5 guys are still setting up. Now we're starting to see Independent push up on Blue 4. This is where it gets exciting. Otherwise, these guys are moving up under fire from the left. They're trying to push up with the vehicle. Now we're seeing Hob. What the hell is he doing? I saw somebody else in there. Who's he redeploying? Okay, never mind. It is just him. So he's staying on standby. Oh. Independent break first contact. Only 4 blue 4 guys still up, but now the enemy faction is on them. And I'm not sure if blue 4 even noticed. They should be hearing those suppressed gunshots. Yep, so he's reinserted XL Arion, who's a blue 4 member. I don't know. This is half of the blue 4's faction. If they get wiped, that's not going to be good. They're slowly flanking around. Blue 4 has no idea they're back there. They see him. He's trying to line up a shot. He lets it go. No, these guys have no idea they're over there. I want to listen in. Hobbs gets hit.
Enemy close, enemy close.
3 of them go down. Knight is the only one left. That's how you do it. So blue 4 have lost a significant faction. Dr. Hax has gone down. Doesn't look like Independence noticed, though. He probably took a stray shot from the guys over here. But now blue 4 are significantly crippled here. And Griff NATO is just backing into Sniper Wolf's body. Holy crap. Blue 4 is pretty screwed right now. I understand they were advancing behind the vehicle, but why didn't they just get in the vehicle? There's only about 4 blue 4 guys up that are left. Now these guys are still flanking around and Eye's still up, but holy crap. Blue 4 didn't even know it was coming there. Frost is still waiting on standby. I'm trying to look for Hob. It looks like he's back at base now. Well, that's going to attract their attention.
Ясно, приступаем.
This other patrol team, they're going to be reassigned to go defend that. And this large team, we're going to send them over to defend that. But Independent, they're all over this hill. Blue 4, he has no idea what's happened, but he has a shit ton. There's a clear shot. There's a clear shot. Dude, you need to be checking your 6, buddy. You're about to get hit. They might be following him to his buddies. Nope, there he goes. There goes Nye. Getting shot from behind.
Shot from the east.
God, blue 4 got fucked there. And it just, this is why you need 360. So it looks like 2 more blue 4 guys, Independent, are clearly at an advantage here. Now you just have the rest of these guys setting up, but Independent are probably going to start setting up to take them out. They're hearing those suppressed shots, and now the casualties are starting to mount. Ooh, there they go.
User left your channel.
Exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. So they're loading guys back in the Vic. Sniper Wolf is down.
User
Excel's
left your
still
channel.
up, but this is tough.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, Dr. Hax is still down. These guys kind of left him behind, so that's going to be a spare casualty on the Independent side. He's going to go check out what the hell happened up there. But it looks like these guys are now pulling back. There's only like 5 guys here. Then again, there's only 3 of them, so they wouldn't know that, but they do have drones. And now they're trying to follow. I'm assuming if they lost comms with these guys up here and saw the casualties, they can assume there might be a player aspect. But right now, there's only 3 Blue 4 guys up. They're trying to load people into the Vic to move them. But Independent, they're setting up here. And this one guy right here. Blue 4 casualties just keep on mounting. Here's the issue, though. I hope the Independent have not stretched them out so far to where they don't know, or where they won't have enough of the force to at least get 2 of these hostages out. Because they just need to get him out, and they'll be done. But will they do that, is the question. And Blue 4, you know, they might have a few guys left, but someone like Excel, if he's stuck to lone wolfing, can definitely do a lot of damage. Frost is still staying on standby over at the Blue 4 side, but Hob really needs to get in the air and provide some support. I still don't understand why this Vic is here. Like, do any of these guys have AT? So, it looks like, there goes Dr. Hacks, but it looks like this guy traded with Ririk, but they're not noticing that Ririk is down right here. Andrew might be coming back around, but not good. Now it looks like they've gotten in the Vic. They need to go. Sniper Wolf dies in the car. So Nye was the last Blue 4 guy. Looks like they're going to leave Ririk behind. So Blue 4 are pulling out of the AO. They're going to have to attack from a different angle, but this gives the Independent a shit ton of time to move in and take their objective. They've got 2 men down. The hell? Holy fuck, the BM... What? The BMD has gone off by itself to go... Oh, my... Jesus. So this one AI is stopping him, but it's just the AI doing it themselves. Wow. I don't even know where he's going. So Blue 4 are pulling out, and this gives Independent a clear line to go into this AO. Meanwhile, these guys, they broke contact too quickly and they were not prepared, and now they're getting hit by flanking units. They've been wiped pretty hard. We've seen some good strategies, and we've seen some ones that have had too high consequences, but now it's just up to Independent's 5-man team to come in and take the cake. But this would have been a little easier if both squads at least took that one last Chad, or the first 2 Chads, and then fought it out right here. That's where, you know, the PvP aspect I thought was going to count, but Independent rushed right into it, wasting no time, and it cost Blue 4 a lot. So Blue 4 are now back here. I'm also really surprised. I have not seen either side use their Pawnee or Orca support yet. Frost is still in the air, but Hob is just waiting back at base. I mean, you gotta be liberal with how you use that stuff. I think they both think that each other of the sides are gonna have AA and take it down. But what we've essentially come to now is, I think now both sides just do not have the manpower to use their assets, because I was planning for the Pawnees and the Orcas to be wiping most of this reinforcing infantry. But it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. But I think for future instillments, I'm gonna waive the 1 life rule, because this is how it devolves, and although it's a really nice idea, and it really brings up the stakes. This is still tier 1 level where anyone can join. These guys have been completely wiped. Yeah, the freaking BTR just moved over here casually.
This is Alpha to Bravo. Check.
On 50? This is your Zeus. Hi.
Love you.
But yeah, they're down to 4 guys now. I'm really confused why there isn't more air support here. There goes Ririk. So it's now both pilots. They have all their assets left, except Blue 4 has both their MRAPs in the field, and the Independent have lost their Ghost Hawk. But it's 4 Blue 4 guys against 5 Independent guys in the field, and they're both within PvP engagement distance of each other. And now I'm very hands-off right now with the reinforcements because I did not expect this to happen, and it's just played out to be pretty just brutal. So this drone's gonna come up and see that Independent are coming in. It is possible that they could have Hob just do a gun run and kill these guys. Because at this rate, I don't know why each side is saving up their air support, because as long as the bird survives, they can bring it back. Alright. Looks like Hassel got down because of the guys in the doorway and windows right here. They still have 2 medics. But I really wonder what Blue 4's plan is now. Because they've got a drone right above here. They can see everything that's going on. Are they going to plan to try to flank the Independent and take him out? Because the Blue 4, they don't... Wow, Eander woke back up as the medic. Rare to see that happen, but it looks like it did. And it looks like he's using the medical menu to try to bandage himself. But he needs to epi these... well, too late. Okay. And he immediately goes back down because these units are still going to be around. So medics have him. They're working on him, but this has just become heavy PvP and it looks like they're falling back. Frost is on standby. I want it to happen because that's clear target. He might have just missed him. Or he might be circling back around. I don't know. The point is both sides are being very... I've said it a million times already. There's no point. Blue 4 were on the ball. Independent really fucked that thing, but both sides with their air support are just... You know. Now, one of the frickin' GAZs is RT Boom. I'm not deploying Russian reinforcements because both sides are just... They're at about 1/3 of their strength after what has happened. No late joiners, but I think in future ops we do. I have to waive the 1 life rule because what has happened here is a possibility to happen in all those ops. You know, one team can try to get the other first without even focusing on the AO, and therefore the Russians are going to end up winning. Oh man, he got sprayed on both sides. That was a lot of headshots. They took out that one guy. And I hear Frost again. They're Pawnees, right? I mean, they've got missiles and guns, or they have rockets and guns. I really don't understand this. It's just both sides are doing jack all for their air support. You get a fucking Pawnee. All the rockets are in. Get a bloody Orca. All the rockets are in. And a Ghost Hawk with frickin' air support miniguns, and then the Chinook, and it also has miniguns. Why? I feel like people are just shooting themselves in the foot here. Yeah, PvP 1 life, it's no good at this rate, because units that just directly engage each other, you know, shit happens. I'm curious to see what Blue 4 will do, if they're going to redeploy, or if they're gonna just push out. But in order to make this test case clear...
User left joined your channel.
Here's what also kind of conflicts me, is the amount of reinforcements I sent Blue 4's way, knowing that the Independent were coming up to probably do a flank. The only issue is, in a realistic sense, I can't know that the Independent are about to do that. Because then, if I go easy on the reinforcements, then the Blue 4 players can perceive that as, you know, they might get engaged from a different angle, and it's so complicated. But I think the thing that'll fix the most, like almost all the issues we've had tonight, is just making this these ops not 1 life only, just allowing for reinserts. However, if they run out of assets to reinsert with, then they're kind of screwed. Otherwise, I don't think Blue 4 are going to redeploy at this rate. Hobbs just sitting it out, so now it's just independent faction, and I'm going to send the BTR up, because, oh shit, they were pissing off my A.
Выдвигаюсь на позицию.
I want to try to force the air support to come in. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, but the BMP, it's covering the other angle. Here's the thing, it's because it's a hillside right here. He should be flying lower if he doesn't want to aggravate the AA, because it's clear that there's nothing in this AO that'll take him out. But I think Blue 4, they're just reconning right now, and they're sitting this out.
Выдвигаюсь на позицию.
I think Hobb is intentionally flying this low, though. All the units are firing at it. That drone is smoking now. It's taking a hit, but it's not out. Heck, the BMP's even firing at it. Or is it firing? I think it's firing at Frost. Geez, Frost is flying incredibly heavy up. We see the AA also firing at him. It's way too high. You can hear some of it hitting the mountainside. You know, I think I've seen enough. This is High Command to Independent and Blue 4. Do you copy?
Independent copies.
Roger, Blue 4, do you copy?
This is Alpha, copy.
Alpha as in what?
Copy, this is Blue, we copy.
Roger, after seeing the first test run, I am amending my previous statement about the one life rule. You are clear, both sides are clear to begin reinserts, because at this rate, what just happened would mean every one life op on this caliber would not be effective. Therefore, reinserts are allowed so long as there is transportation for the reinserts to go into the AO. Do both sides acknowledge?
NATO
acknowledge.
copies.
Also, if you're a late joiner, at this rate, since all the objectives are marked, join. Join the server if you want, because, let's pick this up. I think Frost just got shot down. But I think it's clear one life is not the way to go, and we can just, you know, willy-nilly wait for fucking these 5 guys to get their shit together. Or I can, you know, be an actual Russian commander and send in my fucking reinserts. So, let's get this done. Let's see it happen. Let's bring on the PvP once more. So, we'll see how the squads redeploy. But regardless, it's still anyone's game, with it leaning to the independent right now.
Ясно. Приступаем.
No, stop it.
User joined your channel.
Just go on foot, you fucking idiots.
Так точно.
Alright, Independents lost their Pawnee, but Blue Force still practically have all their assets. They left one of the MRAPs in the field, but yeah, it looks like they're going to redeploy in an MRAP. They might bring a vehicle with them on standby for local fire support. I think just each side probably feared the fact that their opponent would bring something like a Stinger to
User
quickly
left
swat
your
the air
channel.
support. And that's why both were very defensive about using said air support.
I copy.
So we'll try to get this picked up, but yeah, we got 2 hours to do it. We'll see how the things play out. You know what I mean? So looks like Makarov is deploying in an MRAP. Eander is waiting at base. Okay, that's the glitched out thing. Yeah, it looks like these guys are now taking their MRAPs and they're starting to get on the go. Cool. Alright, the Night Elves are now taking the Orca in play. The other faction, they've set up another drone. Rat King is loading up in the Orca. They're going to do a quick reinsert here, and they're getting back in their other MRAP. So that's going to bring back the life of this AO, and I think that's, you know, the best decision we can do. Holy fuck, the tank went aggro. Yeah, I think the tank is pushing up to Frost's last known position to confirm he's down. Bit overkill, mind you. Also, I will admit we've been using default settings. I'm going to change these around a bit.
Pilot, could you, fucking tell my guys we're at fucking 051064?
That should be good. Be advised, you're still using 50.
Shit.
Your opponent can hear you.
Love you, baby!
Get out of there.
Here's the thing, though. They're all at base. I think that was a bluff. That was probably a bluff because they're all coming into the AO right now. Cheeky bastards. And once again, we have an example of choppers glitching out with their engines. So it's going to spin up as it's in the fucking air. But, I mean, with this, sure, you know, you can still pull the strategies of knocking out an entire team as they're advancing, but then that lets you take the objective, but you still have that time limit. I think, in terms of balance, that's the better way to do this stuff.
User left your channel.
We'll see how it all plays out. Right now, it's just awfully quiet. And I keep trying to have this fucking reinforcement team come in. Looks like they have. They're
User
starting to
joined your
flank
channel.
around. But they're gonna have to insert him by land because they don't have their Vix.
User joined your channel.
I don't know what's wrong with Makarov here. Now here comes Hob. Now if I were him, I'd hover a little bit. I'd fire like my entire missile barrage at that town and then I'd land an RTB. But he's hovering over this position. These guys definitely hear that chopper.
Вижу цель. Медик. Направление.
He sees him, drops him. He's down. Rook on point again. Headshot. Doesn't even
User
trade
joined
with
your
him.
channel.
Andrew's on standby, but they hear this chopper for sure, so they need to get their asses moving. Throws a flashbang. Doesn't manage to hit him. He wounds him. He's still up, and he's focusing at that window. So honestly, just bandage him. That was a Russian with his binocs out, just running around in this fucking AO. Now the issues begin.
Так точно.
Ambiguous, you gotta look out. Oh, he took his gun out. He's hoping he'd keep the binoculars. So these guys have been deployed. I wonder if Hobbs is now going to push up and do a gun run, or is he gonna immediately fall back? Looks like he's just gonna fall back. Other Orca is staying on standby. And I heard that drone up there too, so looks like Hob is actually pushing towards this location. I'm gonna put the tank into this AO. I'm gonna move it to the middle area. Otherwise, hearing the gunfire back in the town. Rook is down once again, but they finally got the auto rifleman to do a split.
Направление 50 метров. Прием.
Not gonna lie, that helmet is really saving him, for fuck's sake. Throws another stun grenade inside. Oh, that was a regular grenade, and that managed to kill him. And Andrews is limping and damaged. Doesn't check the second story either. Gets popped. Now, Rube is the only medic remaining, but Blue 4 are quickly on their trail, and I can assure you they hear those fucking gunshots. What happened to the rest of that large team? Are there only, like, 4 of them remaining? Because that's 2 squads put together. No, they're right here. God damn it.
Так точно.
Are you people retarded? Ugh.
User joined your channel.
So Rub has gone down, the only other medic. 2 guys left. They need to really push in here because Blue 4 are quickly picking up the pace. And they're coming in to settle the score.